Hello, my name is Caitlin,
Hi, I'm Bella.
and this is the Colorguard Creative Podcast. So let's go ahead and do a little recap since this is our first episode.
Right.
Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
So a little recap. We're going to do an introductions about ourselves. Color guard experience. We're going to talk a little outside of color guard, how color guard creative came to be, and then
What we have coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You read my mind. So let's start with our experience within color guard because color guard creative.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about
right.
your color guard experience.
Okay, so a little bit about me. I have been doing color guard. Ooh, I shouldn't have started out that way because I'm not really that good at math. I've been doing color guard since my sophomore year of high school. Fall, winter, and then once I graduated, I spun independent with Unity. Rest in peace, Unity.
R.I.P.
You will be missed. Until COVID hit, and unfortunately our season ended. But since then, I've been teching and teaching on and off. And now I am the assistant color guard director at my school. Outside of color guard, I have a few different jobs. I do marketing, I do social media, I do art. And I just recently decided that I want to go back to school to get my master's.
Heck yeah.
In art history. I'd like to do curation, something creative business-wise,
Yes.
which is why I'm here at your creative business.
You do have a lot of jobs.
Thank you. I am collecting
amazed
them.
by how you juggle all of them.
Gotta make a living somehow.
Yeah, I hear you. I
But-
also love your art.
Thank
What you
you.
do on the iPad is absolutely fantastic. I could
I
never do
appreciate
that.
it. Yes, I am such an iPad kid now.
You are.
As soon as I downloaded Procreate, that's just scribbling
Yes.
away.
It was when I first saw you doing it at the office at the school, I was like, you drew that? What?
I appreciate the
I am
recognition.
amazed. This is amazing.
The iPad's awesome. It's really, and it's also a really great color guard tool.
It is. Oh my God. Anybody that is a color guard director, you need an iPad. Okay. I
It makes
had
things
one.
so much easier.
I had an iPad and you didn't have an iPad yet. And I was like, Bella, you need an iPad. When you got that iPad, you were like, oh my God, this is so much better than my laptop.
Oh, it's so easy to just transport and
It
whip out
is.
and do the.
But yeah.
But anyways, what about you?
Well, about me, color guard wise, mathing, I think about over 10 years of experience, on and off. I've done performing. I was all 4 years, both marching band and winter guard in my high school. Then I went into independent, did that for 2 years in North Carolina, grew up in North Carolina. Then I decided to do something crazy and I moved out to Arizona and spun out there, Phoenix Independent. Hi, all my besties.
Right.
And yeah, it was quite an experience. Then I left color guard and and then I came back here in Texas and I teach.
Hi.
Which has
Welcome to
been
Texas.
Amazing. Texas color guard is on another planet. You as somebody who's grown up in Texas color guard, it's just, you don't really get it until you're outside of the Texas color guard. But anybody that knows that Texas color guard is on a whole nother level, and it's been an absolute whirlwind, but it's been amazing. Thank you, Bella, for being my assistant color guard director. Because the school that we teach at, it's up and coming. We're trying our best to get the program really going. We have amazing staff, but holy moly, if I didn't have you, I would.
No, Texas is a beast. Everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas. So yeah, outside of color guard, I've done a lot actually. I got married. I have a couple dogs. I work in corporate America right now. It's not the dream job, but it pays the bills.
Yeah.
I also travel a lot. I love Disney so much, and I'm so excited our marching band is going to Disney this year.
They are going to Disney, which means Caitlin's going to Disney.
I am going to Disney 100%. And, I love other things. I also do art, but not, I do more of like painting of art, like Bob Ross style art.
Yeah, Bob Ross rocks.
He does rock.
That's awesome.
So I've done many of those paintings. They're kind of scattered around my house. Now that I've pointed it out, you're gonna like that.
Yeah, no, I see the... We need to pan.
Yes, we need to pan the video to the one that's hanging up in my room. But very Bob Ross style, like very nature. I love nature. Don't ask me to draw like a person though, because it's a little rough. So, yeah, but that's a little bit about me, outside of Colorguard. How Colorguard Creative came to be was, I said this a little earlier, I left Colorguard, came back. That's actually how this whole thing started.
Right. So from the beginning,
From
basically.
the beginning. Let me tell a story because I love this story of how me and Bella started talking about it and how I discovered, whoa, we need something. We really need something, like desperately. And it was, we were in the dark depths of hell. During marching season. Yep, last year, which is our first year working together. I was very grateful to have you because we just seem to work together very well. But I noticed, hey, I came back after being out of the program for a long time, like 4 years, which is a long time in Colorguard years.
Yeah.
And I just like went on social media and I was just trying to find something that would give me some education, just something like get me caught up, what do I need to know about the color guard world? How are people teaching now? Like all of those things. And there was nothing. And I'll say this, there is stuff out there, but it's not easily searchable. It is not, it's very high level and not like what we actually need, like nitty gritty. So I went to you, actually. You were sitting on the sofa. We were in the midst of band season. I think it was October. And I said, I can't seem to find anything like education-wise. And you said, well, when I was looking to discover, like I thought I was maybe going to have to take over the director role, I just typed into all the social medias.
Google
everything. Whatever. And you said, how to be a color guard director. And nothing came up. And that's where I go back to, is there stuff out there? Yes.
Sure, yeah.
Is it very easily discoverable? Definitely not.
No, and it's not really like from the beginning.
Yeah. It's not the nitty gritty. Like there are a lot of people out there that are extremely successful as color guard directors, but they're very advanced and they're trying to like teach at the level that they're at. And that's not what some people, a lot of us, need. We need, how did you write drill? I don't need some elaborate, extra crazy show. I just need a basic show. I'm teaching a regional two-way guard here.
Where do you start?
Where do you start? How do I pick costumes? Where do I go to get those costumes? How do I teach drop spins? So I said, if nobody's going to have that out there, then I'm going to do it.
And then Colorguard Creative was born.
Colorguard Creative was born.
I don't know if any of the cameras can see
I know.
our
It's a very beautiful neon sign. If you're just listening, I'll have to take a picture, go on Instagram, look it up. It's real nice.
But we wanted Colorguard Creative to be like a center for guard directors, band parents, guard performers, even just marching band performers in general, to have a place that they can come for information that covers all of those basics, tips and tricks about the stuff that you don't really see all the time.
Exactly. The nitty gritty is what I like to say. Yeah. And I was very lucky in my experience starting out as a color guard instructor, being able to work with high level directors that like actually sat down and was like, hey, this is how you do it. And I'm going to walk you through this entire season. I got that. I know now, looking back, I'm very lucky to have that experience, but there's not a lot of people that get that type of experience, which then what forms? Gatekeeping. Because only some people get that great education, great mentorships. Mm-hmm. And now those people, don't have the resources. So I said, let's take down the gates. And let's just have everybody have this, because the way that this color guard community is going to continue to grow and thrive is to give everybody the basic information that they need, and to give them resources. So that's the goal here, y'all. We really want everybody to have a resource to
Absolutely.
go to.
And so what we've done so far in our really early stages, besides posting memes
We do post a lot of great memes.
and a couple spinning videos, we've posted a free course. That one's mainly for our student leadership, though.
Yeah,
correct?
so I am starting, all of the courses that are going to be launched are going to be like, it's going to be building blocks on top of each other. So the student leadership course is free. We're never going to charge students, performers, to have any type of education. Like, that's where it starts. Like, so we're giving that for free. So if you have captains on your color guard, any type of student leadership on your color guard, then they should be taking that. Even like techs, it's a good like intro for them sometimes too, because then they can kind of see, oh, this is like what the captains do, so they have a better understanding of that role. And then we also have a free like kind of calendar, I guess, and it goes by seasons.
Yeah, a basic calendar, just kind of basic outline.
Just a basic outline.
We'll be updating that, as we need to.
Yeah,
But
we're gonna update all of our like downloadable stuff, courses and all that stuff. We're gonna be consistently updating that. So if you do, take it, like come back in maybe like a year or something, or 6 months, it'll probably be updated. We have another one that's coming out very soon. The content, y'all, takes so much work, so much editing.
yes, with our full-time jobs, some of us many jobs, some of us long hours, Caitlin. It's kind of hard to put all of this out at once, so it is kind of a work in progress.
It has to trickle, because y'all, like, I'm working a 40-hour corporate job, and on my free time I teach color guard, and then on top of that I do all the Colorguard Creative stuff.
Right. And we're not getting paid for this.
Exactly.
Except if you want to sponsor us.
Hey!
We can get paid.
Actually, let's shout out to that real quick. So we're doing this for free. If you want to sponsor our podcast, or even partner with us on Instagram or something, please shout us out. Message us on Instagram as of right now. We are going to have a website that will be up soon. Right now, it is a work in progress, just like everything.
Yes.
And message us on Instagram, and we're going to be able to respond and get that going. But like, if you do want to sponsor us, we love working with companies that work with color guard, So if you want to sponsor us, please message us on Instagram, and we're going to be like ready to rock and roll. Right now, we're doing all of this for free, which is hard. But, in the long run, it's going to pay off, because we're going to have so much stuff available. We do have a course coming out soon.
And when's that set to launch?
So that's set to launch end of June. My goal date is June 24th. So write that down, y'all. That's going to be my goal date. To launch this next one that's coming up. And this is, again, a building block off of the free one. So if you took the free student leadership course, which will give you an idea of what your students should probably be doing, this one is going to be mainly for techs, new instructors, new color guard directors that have never teched before. If you're jumping right into teaching and you have very little teaching experience, or you just haven't taken a lot of education within the color guard community, this course is for you. So this course is called the Color Guard Instructor Basic Course. It's going to be $95, but within that $95, it's going to have 3 full sections. Each section has about 6 modules, and each one of those modules is breaking down something. And it has free downloadable information, free within the course. So like, if you don't have to pay extra for all the
downloadable
information. Yeah. Exclusive downloadable information in the course, so it's not just like a video walkthrough of like everything. I share my screens in some of them. Like, we do like walkthroughs of some things. So it's very in depth. It talks about interviews, resumes, all
Contracts,
of that,
like from the beginning.
Like literally, you have never taught before. You have no clue what you're doing. This course has got you. Then it steps you into like what it looks like to be a good teacher, because I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it out loud, really loud for everybody in the back. Just because you're a good spinner does not mean you're a good teacher.
Absolutely. And maybe that's not your fault. You just
That's
need a little bit of guidance.
Exactly. And that's what this course is going to teach you. It's going to teach you how to be a good teacher. So it's going to give you that nice, solid foundation. And so that's what we're kind of going for there. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
very
besides
excited.
that, we will have this podcast going.
Yes, we're going to be doing launch dates once a week. And
aiming for that.
Yeah, we want to launch it on Mondays. So the episode goes live on Monday. And so you can listen to it on Monday morning, Monday afternoon. And then, we're going to try to do that once a week. So that's the plan.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And sometimes look out for our topic kind of announcements. We'll kind of be asking if you have like submissions. We'll be taking submissions for certain topics.
Yeah. So on our Instagram, on our stories specifically.
Yes, stories.
We will have some like, input there. And like we'll say like which one of these 3 topics would you like to hear on the podcast? So on Instagram, we will do like stories like that. But here is one thing I do want to talk about. If you want to submit a story for us to read on the podcast, go ahead and submit it to our Instagram as of right now. Again, our website will be up and running if you're listening to this in the future, colorguardcreative.com. There will be a spot to submit it there. But as of right now, it's Instagram.
Just DM us.
And then also, too, if you want to be a guest on this podcast, if you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you're in Colorguard and you want to come talk to us, come on down. So if you want to be a guest, message us on Instagram and kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and that you would like to be a guest, and then we can see if we can work around schedules and all of those wonderful things.
And we'll be talking about everything, Colorguard experiences, good or maybe not so good, because we want to talk about everything. We want to get into the stuff that maybe is not always talked about. I know coming up we're going to be talking about a little bit about burnout, so watch.
We talk about burnout. We're going to talk about, the hiring process for our techs, we just went through that. So that episode will be coming soon. We have that on the books because a lot of people asked about that actually.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to know where to start. Like, where do you look?
Yeah.
Where do you...
If you're a Colorguard director and you're like, hey, I have a tech, like, how do I hire for a tech? We're going to talk about that. We're going to have a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to talk about. So yeah, it's for everybody. So if you are part of the Colorguard community, whether you're a supporter, a performer, or an instructor, we're here for you. So that's pretty much what we're going to be, doing for this podcast. So please stay tuned, and we're excited to be here. All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.